Hello, my name's Stephen Gritt. I'm standing here at the studios of the National Gallery of Canada. Behind me is my colleague Fiona Beckett, who's working on a painting from the Vancouver Art Gallery that's going to be here on long-term loan. The painting is by the French artist Thomas Couture, and it was painted in the year 1855. During its lifetime, the painting's had many titles, and the title we're going to use is The Supper at the Maison. Now, the Maison was a very famous suite of dining rooms in Paris. It was a place where artists and poets would go to meet their friends, but also to take famous courtesans of the day, their mistresses, and occasionally prostitutes. The scene shown in the painting is at the tail end of one of these evenings. People are in fancy dress, and perhaps this is a scene after the parties in the streets of Paris during carnival time. And it's the time in the evening where everyone's passed out except for the sole remaining character, who's left alone and lonely after the excess and debauchery of the party. The artist, Thomas Couture, was one of the most celebrated painters of his day, but he's someone who fell out of favour as tastes changed toward the end of the 19th century and into the 20th century, where Cézanne and Picasso and Matisse became far more collectible. Now, this painting was bought by the Vancouver Art Gallery. Due to condition issues, the painting has seldom been on display since then. It's here with us in the studio, being treated in preparation for public display, which will happen in February of 2014, a full year after it entered the conservation studios here, and it will go on display in our Masterpiece in Focus exhibition. When the painting and its original exhibition frame arrived here about a year ago, it was in no state to be put on public display. The frame was in a late 19th century packing crate in 4 pieces with a great deal of damage, and the painting was yellowed at the surface because of discoloured varnish and dirt. In addition, the painting was saggy on its stretcher because of past structural interventions. So what we've done to get it ready for public display, the first stage was the removal of the dirt and varnish. So the whites you can see on Pierrot's dress behind me, they were just a few months ago a kind of lurid orange-yellow. After removal of the varnish, the biggest period of time was given over to the structural treatment, which involved the removal of lots of materials that had been put onto and into the structure of the canvas, as well as a supporting canvas at the back of the painting. When we removed this canvas, which was quite frankly unnecessary, and we have not replaced it, we found evidence of a key part of Couture's technical procedure, which really was to use the backs of paintings to practice the application of paint and look at tint combinations. So on the back of the painting, there are lots of dabs and touches and strokes where we can see Couture rehearsing what he would be doing on other paintings in the studio. The most important part of the treatment, however, in getting any painting ready for public display is what's going on right now. It's what Fiona's doing, and she's completing the treatment, and that's the restoration, the phase of the treatment where we compensate for physical loss and abrasion caused by past cleanings by the application of a retouching paint.
The benefits to the varnish removal and the cleaning of the painting is that it removes all the dirt from the surface as well as the discolored varnish, revealing brighter colors, less dirt, and overall more definition to the painting. However, the removal can also reveal some of the damages that occurred in the painting's past, including damage from environmental factors, previous cleanings, or deterioration of the paint or modifications of the paint over time. Here we have hard-edged paint loss resulting from water damage. This was present in numerous areas throughout the painting, and basically you can see the canvas underneath where the paint is missing. So here we can see the paint is thinner, which you can see in the light browns resulting from over-cleaning of the paint.
So at this point, Fiona's just a few weeks off completing her treatment, and then we're going to hang the painting on the wall in a room, largely on its own. There'll be 2 smallish drawings from the National Collections by Couture, and that's to demonstrate something of his thinking and his practical process. There will also be some material on the wall to help you understand the painting process, how this painting and others were made. And we hope that close looking at the painting, in addition with the rest of the material, is going to help you to understand how this painting would have looked to Couture's contemporaries, an innovative, flamboyant and very, very modern painting really bleeding edge contemporary art.